to the John and Linetia show. And surprise. Got another IPO coming out, maybe. Maybe.
I think the big news is that it's Twitter.
Yes.
That is kind of gearing up for an initial public offering, basically to make millions for the people who run the company now.
That's
and,
what we're hearing.
and
it's
investors.
going to be millions of dollars.
Similar to Facebook with their IPO, a couple of years ago.
Right. But has Facebook made any money with that? They were really not doing too good on the stock market. I don't know.
It's I don't quite. I've given up on Wall Street on what they consider, because sometimes they'll look at it and they'll look at they call new media, and even if they're losing money, the stock will still go up or it'll stay the same, with the idea that there's the possibility of making money. Facebook is struggling right now with trying to figure out how to make more money. And they've got the users. And, the problem is the ads that they put on, the display ads on Facebook, people don't notice. So they're talking now about adding more intrusive ads. The idea of you'll have a video ad that pops up, basically, and you have to watch a 15-second commercial or something like that in order to basically monetize and make them money.
Yeah.
The weird thing about the Twitter thing is I'm trying to figure out how is Twitter going to make money?
Well, they're going to advertise on that too.
I know.
Stop
but
putting an advertisement.
As it is, my Twitter feed, I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old fogey. I'm having a hard time because, you follow too many people, and how do you keep up with all this stuff?
Well, maybe it's a case of you just go on, and when you go into your, feed, it comes up. You know what I mean? Not when you probably go into somebody else's.
But what I'm saying is that with Facebook at least. Heck, I've actually got like 500 friends or something like that.
Right.
I don't think I'm following, more, like 200 people on Twitter.
I'm not following.
But people post more on Twitter, and I think part of it is with the 140 character limit, they post more. Right. And then you got the retweeting and all this stuff. Whereas on Facebook, people will post like 2 or 3 things in a day, and it might be
right.
Posting
but
funny
they also
links.
Put like 3 or 4 advertisements on the side,
Yeah, but you're not really looking at that. That's the other thing too is that Facebook is trying to transition into being more handy on the mobile side of things, where Twitter is right now. Twitter is basically, it started as a almost texting way of doing things. The 140 characters was the old maximum for texting. Right.
But they're hoping that it's the advertisements that's going to be the big thing on Twitter. That's what they were saying on the news.
Yeah, plus Twitter's got Vine right now, which is the video sharing.
Right, but it's only 6 seconds.
Right.
You can only do 6 seconds of a video.
So how'd you like it if Twitter was like, you could take a look at that 6-second video after you watch this 30-second commercial?
But remember now, YouTube's kind of like that too.
Yeah, except that YouTube doesn't restrict you to 6 seconds.
No, but they still, you go in and click on something and say,
I
think they'll allow you to skip the ad, just like on.
Sometimes, yeah. I don't like. I'm not crazy about the Twitter. The limits, 140 characters. To me, it's like, you have to be creative and all that, and you get idiots who, instead of writing out the word B, they write the letter B. Yeah. Instead of 2, they write the number 2, and all that. Right. I hate that shorthand. Okay, and 140 characters. Give me a break. Even texting right now, the way texting is, they don't break up the text anymore. Right. It used to be 160 characters. Now you can text big old blocks of text, and you get it all in one big old block.
Yeah.
A 6-second video on Vine. Come on. I could see going, no more than a minute or something like that. But make it like 300 characters on Twitter.
Or maybe
and
they're thinking that they're trying to make sure people stay interested. If things get in there too long, people might get bored and say,
I guess I'm bored with the short stuff. To me, especially because on Twitter, what happens now is people mention a couple things and then they click, and it's a link, and you have to click off of it. Okay. Right. Whereas you go to Facebook, people will mention something, and then maybe you'll see a little story there. You don't have to click on it. You can get the gist of what they're saying.
Right.
So,
right. It's two different pieces of social media.
Theoretically, Twitter is bypassed Facebook on coolness.
I guess.
So, we'll see what they do on their IPO.
The only thing I didn't like about Twitter was that I was following so many people till, like, my phone would buzz 2 o'clock in the morning, all the time. I'm at the Essence Music Festival, and I'm like, that's nice, but I'm trying to sleep. That was my only thing with following people on Twitter. But, to each his own.
Right.
Maybe you like Twitter better than Facebook or Facebook better than Twitter. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Twitter right now is a little over 200 million users. Facebook has more than 1 billion. And
also, they're probably trying to get to people who have not, used Twitter at all. Yeah. That's something else.
But either way, the founders they're looking to make a big payday with an initial public offering. It'll be a stock you can buy.
I think they will.
Oh, they will. They will. We'll just see. How far it goes. Honestly, like I said, I'm more on Facebook than Twitter, and I just don't. I'm
not on Twitter at all. I tried to do it in the beginning, and I was like, I don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm not really on Facebook anymore that much. I've just been so busy at work, so I don't have time for for Facebook anymore. But we do the podcast, so at least we're doing something on there.
That's right. Thanks for listening to the John and Linetia Show.